It's the one and only Pastor L, live from the synagogue. And I'd like to thank you and welcome you with open arms into the synagogue and welcome you back to another installment of Triple the God Speaks On. Come on in, my sheep. Come on in, my children. I see among the sea of people here at the synagogue to come hear this sermon today a whole bunch of new faces. And I can only thank one person at the front for all these new faces that enter the synagogue. My main man, Minister W, out there in these streets delivering you from these L's and showing you how to take these W's. Thank you, my brother, for bringing in all of these new sheep coming here to listen to my sermon today because, yo, Kamen Build episode number 33, the final weapon of all. Now, my sheep, I've had a lot of time to think about this, to take this sermon, absorb this sermon, to give you the best sermon, to get to you what it is that the L gods need you to hear today. We thank you for giving generously into the church by adding to the building fund because you see, we have made stark improvements here in the synagogue. It looks so beautiful and I got a room across. But regardless of that, let us begin our sermon and let us give praise to the L gods. Now, previously on Kamen Build, we had a kidnapping. At the end of all that stuff of L's getting taken everywhere, and I of course delivered you from them L's as I always do, is the OG leader of the Gray Squad was kidnapped by evil Alucard, aka his own son. Because so if you thought that face turn was happening, it's still gonna happen. It is the way that the L guys want it to be. They want evil Alucard to be on the side of the good guys, so they will do whatever. And I mean whatever. You'll see. I got this. Don't worry about that. But that is where we start our episode. With the squad trying to figure out what the hell to do here. Like, the minister been kidnapped. Does anybody know where the hell Me Time the Stand is? I ain't seen them, dog. I heard he was over there on the farm farming shit, but hey, whatever. But for real, y'all, what the fuck is we gonna do? We can't live in a part of Japan without a prime minister, so one of y'all figure out some? Ring, 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 ring. No Limit Studios. Hey, you know it is your boy hashtag Bloodstar didn't look. Like, are y'all looking for new artists? Because I got a new song I want you to hear. Do you want to hear my new song? Well, no, not really. Because, well, no, shut up. Hashtag Bloodstar did it. And after I give you these hot bars, you gonna want to sign me to No Limit Cento Studios. You gonna want to sign me. Swear. Alright, I will give you a chance to sing your song. Thank you for this opportunity, man. I appreciate that that you want me to be the greatest artist on No Limit Cento Studios. I appreciate that. Give me a second. Let me get it together because I know I only got one chance to get this song right. Only one chance to get this song right. You know who it is. It's hashtag Bloodstock did it. You know I got that work for you. Word, I got this old fool. I got this nigga hemmed up. I need the Evol driver, and if you don't give it to me, guess what I'm gonna do? I'ma splatter his brains. Yeah, you're damn I'ma splatter his brains, cause I'm hashtag Blushtalk did it, baby. You got 24 hours to give me the Evol driver, or I'ma splatter his motherfucking brains. Now look. Hear the breakdown, you know who it is. It's that boy Bloodstock did it in the building. Now, I'm gonna tell you one more thing before I get up out of here. Don't play no games with me, cause if you think that I won't do that thing I said I was just gonna do. That's what I'ma do, cause I'ma splatter his fucking brains if you don't give me my driver. Word, don't front, Cause hashtag Bloodstock did it is in the rodeo show. Give me my Evol driver, and if you don't, I'ma splatter his brains. Click. Damn, I didn't know you had it in you, pimp. Yo, killing it at Arkel. Shout out to Kels, man. Shout out to Kels, like, especially in this day and age where, Bill Cosby finna go his ass to jail. Shout out to R. Kelly. Shout out to R. Kelly right now. But look, we've established this thing. Hashtag Bloodstock Get It calls No Limit Cento Studios and sings a song about his master plan. And here's his master plan today. We got old man. You don't bring me what I need, we will splatter old man's brains. Don't think that we won't splatter old man's brains, because we will totally spatter his brains all over the fucking pavement. So don't fuck with me, because I'm that real nigga. Don't fucking play. So, with all of this being completely and utterly established at this point, is now the good guys have to hunt for an Evol driver. And to save you a bunch of time, Cento types in some keywords. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen trying to find a driver so old man don't get his brains splayed. Nobody knows that my daddy was on this bullshit, cause he built this driver for hashtag Bloodstock Did It. I know that song wasn't the best, but I'm trying my best, because all this is off the dome. But if you thought that the show was going any other way, cause hashtag Bloodstock Did It is going to win the day. Spoiler alert. So, all that preamble, type in nobody knows into a computer. Ooh, look, here's an Evol driver. Blah, 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 blah. And nothing important on the... Ooh, there's a link. Let's click it. See, this link that they click on is Soichi Isarugi's name. And we learn the truth of what it was we already knew. When Soichi Isarugi, before he became who he is now, when it touched the Pandora's box, he was then possessed by Evol. We all know this guy. And he has been this whole time. So Ichi Isarugi hasn't existed since the day he touched Pandora's box. And everything Evol has done has been to destroy the world, because A, it's a day that ends in Y. I'm a bad guy and I just like watching things die, because nothing but a straight through line to my master plan of murdering fucking everything. So okay, we get all of this information, all of this magical backstory, and it's just kind of like, well, this isn't going to become important. Here's a spoiler alert. It becomes very important for multiple reasons on multiple levels. And trust me, this sermon will get to that. Meanwhile, remember, we got an old man hand up. We got hashtag Bloodstock Did It threatening to kill fools if he don't do what the hell they say. And little Japanese big worm is on some other shit right now. Like, I have never seen little Japanese big worm like on this old murder mode shit. Like, I want to just kill niggas raw. I just want to kill niggas raw. But before we get to little Japanese big worm, I want to kill niggas raw. We got OG leader of the Gray Squad sitting up here trying to A, convince his son of the actual truth that his son actually knows, and B, trying to make sure that he don't get his brain splattered all over the fucking pavement by some psychotic dude from Mars. So he's got a lot to work with here. The thing is, Taizan says something that I'm going to summarize very important that makes legitimate sense. And it's like, you really see that as a driving force of his character, who is a leader who really has to think about these things. He says more or less simply this. Y'all want to unite the country and y'all want to rule it with an iron fist. 8, that's a Tekken reference. Just let me have that one. Of understanding that you can't really run a country if you really don't know what's going on with your own people. And that's a legitimate point. It's like leaders have to equally know how to follow. And in the instance of how that saying works is you have to know who you're leading and why they're following you for it to all make sense. If that inference makes any sense. No, let me re-explain it to you just like this. For real, like I said, leaders have to know how to follow, which means that in the instance of being a follower in that instance, you have to really understand and know who it is you're leading in the first place, what it is they're going through, and why you are a leader of them, and making sure that you put them ahead of your own selfish goals. Well, Japanese big worm don't fucking give a shit. Little Japanese big worm don't equally give a fuck. And it's invoked just like this. Alright. Remember how they did you dirty, dog? Remember how they did you dirty, Evil Alicor, remember? Remember how we built you back up, nigga? We made you a beast mode. We let you ride and kick niggas to death. Alright. We gonna kill your daddy. Ain't nothing else will do it. We gonna kill your motherfucking daddy. We gonna kill this nigga. He in our way of our master plan of Japanese big worm ruling the world. So anything for Namba Pimp, we gonna murk your daddy. This okay with you? Man, I don't like that nigga no way, man. It's whatever, cuz. You do whatever you want, man. It's cool, man. Secretly in the back of, Gentoku's head, he's not hearing out a single thing of this because, well, I don't know the whole thing of, let's see, you really gonna let these dudes murk your daddy for real? I have a feeling we've had this discussion before of whether or not he would really let them do something. I really think we're getting to a mystical and magical point of the thing and the stuff and the blah. You know what I'm saying? So, in this, we fast forward a little bit because the next part of this is me explaining to you the whole Soichi Isarugi thing and finding the Evol driver, blah, blah, blah. So let's get right back over to the spot with that boy Gentoku Himura, former leader of the Gray Squad. He saves his daddy. Spoiler. He saves his daddy. You really didn't think that he was gonna let his own daddy get his brain splattered. You really didn't think that that's what it was? I told you. The gods of El want this face turn to happen. So they're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that this boy gets a face turn. So it is what it is. So he frees him and they leaving. Here come Japanese big worm again. He got on the Stacey Adams. He ready to boot a nigga in the chest. He like, man, look, you can't fuck with me. I got this button. There's a fight and there's a button. At some point, Tarzan, being the hero wanting to save his son, sits up here and hits little Japanese big worm with a shoulder tackle. And then he gets the thing, and it's like you thought the day was saved thanks to Tarzan, Himura, and the Powerpuff Girls, because Bubbles is the bestest. Nope. Because guess who's been Zack, and you know who it is. It's that boy hashtag Bloodstock did it in the motherfucking building like. You really legitimately thought we only had one of these buttons? Shut up, bitch, you know what it is. Ah! Hit him with another button. I'm just sitting up here like, yo, they some straight dudes. It's like, this makes logical sense of, we got a button and it's like, it's cool or whatever. The thing is, that's not even what's important about this scene. After hashtag Bloodstock did it, press the magical button to make Gentoku his bitch, he then sits up here and tells us some legitimate truth to try to continue to try to make sure that this face turn makes absolute sense. Remember the Gentoku Himura we met at the beginning of this series. This Gentoku Himura was bathed in the light of Pandora's box. And we have sat through 33 episodes of this show, and we have seen what the power of Pandora's box will do to a fool. We knew this a long time ago, that a lot of what Gentoku was trying to do was his whole mind thought of, I want to unite the country. And the Pandora's box sits up here and brings out the whatever it takes in you to make your greatest desire come true. After Gentoku Himura took all them L's and ultimately became crocodile and rogue in the midst of all this, becoming a Kamen Rider, being exposed to nebula gas so that you can transform and use the belt or whatever, it erased all the stuff that made Pandora's box do what it did. So in this, what they're trying to do, my sheep, is they're trying to legitimately explain that a thing in the show is facilitating the face turn you're currently watching. I scratch my head at this. Like, I didn't scratch my head at this, like, when I watched the episode, but, like, when I think about it now, and I have to, like, quantize this, and I'm just like, the show is legitimately going out its fucking way to explain that the reason why this face turn is happening is because everything that made Gentoku Himuro a character once is still in him, but it's been dialed down a whole bunch, which then facilitates the face turn you're ultimately going to see. And I'm just like, well, that makes sense, maybe? Maybe? I'm like, again, you know what? I just remember something very important. I remember the last time a Kamen Rider show tried to do this. Alain Sama. You remember him, don't you? Kamen Rider Ghost went out of their way to sit up here and give you everything you wanted in a face turn from that boy Alain. Everything! Alain Sama, face turn for me, please. Face turn, become a good guy. Grandma Fumi, blah, blah, blah. Takayoki ball. And I'm just like, I just realized they have done this with Gentoku. He got the Rogue series or whatever. The show has went out of its damn way. It's complete and utter left turn damn way to facilitate this magical face turn that you knew was gonna happen anyway. But the show has went out of its way to give you an in-universe reason of why he's going to turn face. I'm like, me Tana Stan didn't even get that, but all that had to happen was all his friends get murked, but you know. But you kind of knew they was all gonna die anyway. That was like telegraphed. I'm like, this wasn't even, they got death flags on them. You just knew these three niggas gonna die. These useless ass motherfuckers. You knew they was dead. So it's like, that's different. Because you knew as the viewer, because again, I know who come watch this stuff. I know who come see me for my reviews of this stuff. We've been watching this stuff long enough, and I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend that y'all idiots. That we all intelligent people. We smart. You knew when you saw green, what was it? Green, yellow, and blue or whatever, like red or whatever color they was throwing up. I don't know, man. What gang they was throwing up, like black and king shit. I don't know. You knew they was gonna die. You knew this was a thing, so you knew ultimately this was going to facilitate the face turn. It wasn't enough that the bad guys he working for kidnapped his daddy and then told him to his face, we are going to splatter this nigga's brains in the name of fucking Japanese big worm, we pray amen. That's not enough for you. We need to explain that because he became a Kamen Rider, this face turn was inevitable. And I'm just like, fucking really? I've spent way too much time on this, but it's interesting that I didn't notice that when I was watching the show, but in sitting up here giving this sermon, it's kind of like, really? You don't say. And I'm just like, fine. Whatever, show. You can have it. Let's continue, please. Meanwhile, back over here in the cut with the squadron, they find the Evol driver. Do you know where it's been? It's the thing that was sitting up here cooking up the full bottle this whole time. Wow. I didn't see this coming because, you know, the show also went out of its way to explain that the build driver is just a low level, that the build driver and the splash driver are just low level versions of the Evol driver in the first place because that's this stuff is based off of. And I'm just like, really? We really need to explain why the magical power that makes someone the new Time Lord Dad is the thing that has been sitting up here facilitating the first arc of the show. And I'm like, okay, you are free to have this show. I am not going to legitimately sit here and argue with you. But see, this is the interesting part of our show. Because I am going to skip it. See, this is the part we skip. Okay, this is the part we skip. Okay, I am going to establish the scene here. Going to establish this scene. Okay, Sento finds the Evol driver inside the microwave where Misora went and did her work and been like, nap time, I'm swimming pools, AK Vernage, bitch. And that's what it was. They go over here to go do the trade for the Evol driver for OG leader of the Gray Squad. Hashtag Bloodstock did it. Brings up the magical legitimate point again because the show has done this before. Because remember when Japanese Big Worm did it to OG leader of the Gray Squad? Bloodstock does it again. And sits up here and says, look, you don't really have a bargaining chip because, see, you can't destroy the Evol driver, but I will splatter this nigga's brains like I fucking told you in song like fucking 20 minutes ago that I will splatter this nigga's brains if you fuck with me. You really don't really have a leg to stand on. But however, coming out the shadows like fucking Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid 1 is Gentoku Himuro, crocodile and rogue, to even up the odds and save his daddy because, you know, we are facilitating this magical face turn of whatever. Here comes continued face turn. While Sento was, you know, doing stuff with trying to find his daddy's information in Driver, he gets a phone call that the show tries to vaguely say that it's Bloodstock calling him back, but it was Gentoku sitting up here like, man, I need your help, bro. Man, they got this chip in me, man. You gotta help me, bro. So Sento reprograms the chip and now the button don't work. So now he can't be controlled by the bad guys and now face turn mostly complete. We're almost done with this face turn. Trust me, I got you. A fight breaks out. Fight. L's get taken. Yeah, hashtag Bloodstock gets punched really hard by the Juggernaut bitch. And all of this happens and then he flies away. He sits up here, uses Evol power to turn into a snake and go through the thing. Gentoku turns into the Phoenix, flies after him, and then he gets outside. In what is about to become the quickest catching an L to then delivering an L in history, Gentoku Himuro, aka Evil Alucard, former leader of the Gray Squad, sits up here and delivers upon Bloodstock the finishing touches of this L. You get this L, bruh. You get this L. And then he delivers the L. And I need a second for this because, see, I am remembering like how legitimately pissed off I was at the thing that's about to happen. Okay. The day has been saved. L's have been delivered. At some point during all of this scarcity or whatever, OG leader of the Gray Squad gives the Evol driver to swimming pools, right? So she got the driver now. After hashtag Bloodstock did it, catches this fucking L. Oh, daddy, it's daddy. Daddy, come back, daddy. Sup? Know what it is? It's you boy, Lil Japanese Big Worm. Anything for daddy number. Anything for daddy number. Anything. Alright. Yo, what's up, pimp? Present for you. I finally have it. I finally got it. I'm gonna be in full power, motherfucker. Yes. Evil driver. Cobra. Rider system. Henshin. The ultimate weapon, Evol. And then Gentoku catches a massive fucking L. And how many times has this fool caught an L? It's like every time you need to showcase a power. Usually, for the most part, Gentoku Himuro is the one who massively catches this L. And okay. Gentoku Himuro catches the most massive L this show has ever delivered to someone. Like, we have watched this show for 33 episodes, and I have delivered y'all from a bunch of L's. No bullshit. This L is on some next level shit. Like, for reals. Like, I wish I could describe to you the L's that were taken, but I don't really think even me describing the L's to you would really do the L justice. Gentoku Himuro gets this ass whooped, gets destroyed. Evo Tech finish, and I'm like, I ain't never seen a man get fucking kicked so hard. Like, I can think of some times in Kamen Rider, well, everything that Kabuto ever did when he roundhouse kicked a motherfucker. But see, this kick right here, he just extended his foot out, put some energy in front of it, and boosted this dude like a football field away from him. And I'm just like, no, really? This is what this thing does. This is what this thing does. And I'm just like, this some more bullshit. But in a good way, because I'm like, you really gotta legitimately wonder at this juncture, what Center gonna have to do to get on this level? You gotta wonder. That's gonna have to be a power-up coming, because again, we live in a world where power-ups come later and later in Kamen Rider shows. Usually, right about now is when a rider would get their final power-up for real. And then you get some movie power-up you've never seen a show, but this is just crazy. That fight was fucking dumb. Like, really fucking stupid. Because all that happened was you took a fucking L. You took a L not only to get over that the Evol driver is the gangster shit, because 2 seconds ago, the same person who wasn't wearing this driver got their ass whooped by you, but with help from Banjo Ryuga, aka the Juggernaut bitch. But then you fucking took an L. And the thing, and if you thought that this face turn wasn't complete yet, you were wrong. Very, very wrong. What happens next completes the face turn. Hashtag Evolto did it. Sits up here like, yo, I'm finna kill your ass just to prove a point. He fires the shot. OG leader of the Gray Squad runs in. Oh, my son, please let me take this L for you permanently. And he's dead. He's dead. Guess what now? Face turn complete. Because this is how you complete a face turn. You kill someone they love, and it forces them on the side of killing the motherfucker who killed someone you love. Because face turn. You've gotta love that. And then there's this long scene. Daddy, please get up, Daddy, please. Daddy, I'm sorry. 2018, please, Daddy, get up. Look here, you little bitch. I took an L for you. Now you better help the good guys win. Now look, I need you to do me a couple of favors. First of all, before I came out here and you kidnapped me, you dumb fucker, I left the oven on. So you need to go home back to the house and you need to cut the oven off. Second, you need to wash the dishes, you need to clean your room up, and you need to mow the lawn. You need to do that today. Oh, and by the way, I'm dying for real. So, unite the country, kick that dude ass who killed me, and good luck, son. I love you. Oh, yeah, Jay! 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 And that happens for a couple of minutes, and that is where our episode ends. So, kids, here's what we've learned today, my sheep. Here's what we have learned. What have we learned? Because I really think about what have we learned here. Don't give Evo drivers to swimming pools. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Makes no sense. You shouldn't do it. That's just not what it is. Oh, man, this episode was crazy. Like, when I watched it, like, that whole part with Tarzan and Gentoku, my mouth was like agape. I was like, wow, the show is really doing this shit. They literally killing this nigga. And I'm like, y'all really gonna sacrifice him for a face turn? And I'm just like, yo, if they'll sacrifice Grandma Fumi, they'll sacrifice OG leader of the Gray Squad for it. Because, you know, all we care about is face turns and selling toys. And he ain't turning into no Kamen Rider anytime soon. So, you know, we do what we can. This show has just stepped up to a whole new ball game. And you've gotta love it. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. And I'm like, it's these type of episodes right here that make me glad I'm a fan of this series. And it's like, because you knew the show was going to take it there, because you knew what the ultimate goal was going to be. We got face turn. We need to establish the bad guy, the true bad guy. We need to get all this heavy baggage because we need to get to slugging it out. I don't know how many episodes we got left before we get to the point, because what this is, we finna be in what, May? Usually rider shows in between August and September, anywhere between August and October. So we got a while for this show to tell some stories. And, you know, at least 1 or 2 episodes in a week could be interrupted by a golf game or somebody doing something or whatever, but we'll see. I want to see what this show does with this. I want to know. I want this show to do something great with this. And we'll see if they do. I have no doubt that they will. But you just got to give them the opportunity to do so. So it is what it is with that. Yo, I am the one and the only Pastor L, live in the synagogue, baby. Preach church and tabernacle. My children, my sheep. I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for another installment of Triple the God Speaks On, man. I want to thank all my folks, everybody for coming through. I want to thank Minister W for holding it down. All my whole family for doing what we do live in the synagogue. I want to thank the congregation, have you been with me this whole time? Yeah, Triple, we've been with you this whole time, giving the praise, amen, to the Lord God. Indeed, congregation, indeed. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all my folks in the LAB doing what they do, giving me the science that I need to deliver you from these L's, that I indeed send folks out there to deliver you from these L's and show you how to get these W's. I'd like to thank you, congregation. Thank you. A full packed house today. Make sure to fill up that building fund. That building fund is important because I need a room made of full crushed velvet. Sky blue crushed velvet. Have you ever felt velvet before? It's silky smooth. Velvet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm like, yo, I want a hot tub. So that's what your building fund money is going to go to, a hot tub. I don't really need a hot tub, but if I got excess money, you know what I'm saying, from delivering you from these L's, I want a hot tub. So we do what we do. Regardless. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining me for another installment of Triple the God Speaks On. Kamen Rider Build, episode number 33. The Final Weapon, Evol. Yo, great episode, man. No, for real. I just had a thought unrelated to this, and I just had to laugh about it. But don't worry about it, y'all. Hey. We got more work. We got more work cooking, more work coming. You might want to do yourself a favor and stay tuned. With all that being said, all I can say to you is this. Triple the God, Ultimate Rider System. Are you ready? Of course they are. Handshake! And until next time, y'all. Peace out.